Welcome back to Animal Crossing New Horizons. I'm dazzling. Should we see what's going on our lovely island of Fawnhallow today, where we'll be relaxing as per usual. What is this? Okay, that is very... I was like, what is this random video I have? And I realised that is, in fact, for Isles of Sea and Sky art time lapse. So I'm about halfway through it. Like I've done the drawing of D and I coloured it in. I got the basic down for the background. I just need to render the background and then I need to shade her in. And the shading should be relatively easy, so I can't imagine it won't take more than about 40 minutes, probably more. But hello everyone, right now in Fawnhallow at 6:27 PM on Wednesday, April 15th, 2026. I was kind of surprised doing the thumbnail art. I spoke a bit about it yesterday where I was like, whoa, I didn't realise the last episode of Lorelei and Laser Eyes came out yesterday. So I need to finish the thumbnail art today after D&D, which I'll probably be able to do, I think. Edit it and then I'll get it ready and then probably, because tomorrow I don't have a lot of time to finish it. I guess I don't have a lot of time today to finish it either now I think about it, but at least tomorrow should be dedicated to doing the video editing of it, and then I need to do the in stars and time. Maybe another time, Lily. Sorry, I need to do the in stars and time video thumbnail, which I think the final episode is coming out next week. So I still got a moment, right? Yeah, April. No, the final episode is coming out then, and then the first recording needs to come out. Okay, so I still have a weekend, fortunately. Because I actually have recorded reasonably far in advance. At least 9 Souls is all the way up till May, so that's like two weeks or something. Isle of Sea and Sky will be up to, let me think, 1, 2, 3, 4 next week. It's just the story-based one, but that's fine. We got D&D today. It should be a relatively relaxed-ish session. I'm not sure, but there's two things which I think could... Well, one thing is definitely going to happen because it's going to happen immediately after the battle. We're going to do a bit of a character moment because it's kind of taken... Like, it's very hard in this story beat to do character-driven moments until they got to this section, you know, for other characters. This isn't so much one for other character. This is actually for the main character or this person's character arc. But there are little avenues for other characters to have their moments, but I don't think it will happen this session unless we blitz through everything, which is entirely possible, mind you. But yeah, they're basically on a very long last stretch of the journey. And I certainly hope they make it to the end, mind you. I've been getting ready some sort of like upgrades and stuff that I'll probably get throughout this journey, like and I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, I think these might be too strong. I don't know if they're too strong necessarily, and I want to tell you what they are because they're really quite a lot of fun. But like, I mean, these third round of abilities are all pretty darn strong. So this one is, what is this one? I'm trying to look at this person's third one. Oh yeah, they basically got an upgraded green flame blade. They got like a magical weapon which can use charisma and stuff instead. Because they basically get all the features of a Pact of a Blade built into this, and their AC is increased. But quite a lot, actually. It's an astonishing amount that I gave to that. That seems crazy. And then this is my favourite third item one, which has already been given to the player, so I can say it. But this one is so good because I think it could be absolutely broken, and if it's put in the hands of a creative player, and this player I fully trust to be able to come up with some insanely creative uses for it. But it's basically whenever they see someone, any creature, take an action, they can basically copy that action and have it immediately go again with no cost. And I'm like, this could be crazy. So I flavoured it as it's like an echo about it, which I can't remember what it was, but it was some sort of musical term which I've never heard of, to be honest. Or maybe I have heard of, but I can't remember. Slow echo is what comes to mind, but robbed echo. Oh, that's why. Like a stolen echo. And I mean literally anything. So obviously most broken thing, a super broken thing we could do, they can have one of their teammates who cast Fireball, immediate cast Fireball again. A double cast of Fireball, no cost. Is crazy. It is a spell at save or suck, I think, to be fair. Which I'm not sure if it should be a save or suck. I think that's fine, because allies obviously can just fail the save and it will just immediately happen. That's why I did it like that. Plus, it's bypassing all resources. But I was like, you could probably be really, really creative with this, because you can do it proficiency times bonus. So I was just like, you could probably like imagine someone just ran up a wall 120 feet. You could echo that, and then they could just run up a wall 120 feet again. It's basically probably one of those meta breaking items, which I'm a little bit scared about, but you know, I'm sure it'll be fine. So I don't know, but I still have this old version of Echo Rubato, which just not happening, so that's been put away. The third item, well, this person's already got their third item in a way, they don't know how broken it is because this one scales. This one, they already got their third item, they haven't got the upgrade yet. Oh, was I going to do that? No, I wasn't going to do that yet, maybe. I can't remember. That's just something in the works. This person, I haven't done that next item yet. They will be happening soon, but I'm not sure. Like, I feel like I need a better way to consolidate everything together throughout these ones. But that's what I'm doing for, that's a spoiler, what I'm doing for one of the players' third items, quote, quote, is more so the fact that, rather than being, like, it's become a wall of text, so I've basically modulated it. So it's being like, it will grant you this feat, and then the feat shows what is going on. But, this got some fun ones. But it should be a grand reward. It's basically their big prize of making it to the end, completing their theoretical character arc. And then this other one, this, shall we say, the healer's third special item. This one I also think might be really strong. I can't say what it is yet, because I mean I might sort of, I might change it. I'm not sure. I'm very tempted just to leave it as is, because that's the thing, you know, things can be really strong, but are they going to be that strong? It depends if the players make it that strong, you know. Sometimes, you know, I have given out very, very crazy broken things to some of the players already, which in any other D&D campaign would have been like, this would make the player like the best player of their campaign. But I've given it pretty unilaterally across the board, because I want all the players to be really strong. But it's also like, can the players like find an opportunity to do it? Do I even give them an opportunity to use it? I don't know. Sometimes the players might just forget about certain things, which is totally fair. There's like a million different things, and then I gotta put in all these like little caveats to be like, okay, make sure you can't abuse this in like a completely weird way, and be like, oh, it ends after this effect. Like it happened recently, but we found out one of the features, I never wrote in what causes it to what causes it to dispel, and I was like, oh, okay, that's a big oversight. But this one's a fun one. I would say part of it is very versatile, and then part of it is just this part of it, I think, is insane. I think that's too strong. It's too strong, but it sounds like a lot of fun, so I'm gonna do it. But anyway, they won't get theirs till a bit later on. Although I think they're probably next to get theirs. Spoilers. Anyway, but I don't think it will happen this. So it could happen this session. It could happen this session. They'd have to blitz through a lot of things, and they'd have to get lucky with some of their random encounter rolls to not roll combat, essentially, because combat's kind of like a grand thing which slows everything down a bit, but they do, I mean, they still could roll combat, and if they do, then that's just the way it is, isn't it? Speaking of which, I didn't actually get the combat screen ready, so I should probably do that in case that they do get this combat. But we shouldn't get anything as strong as they just got. The thing they just got was 2 Storm Giants. They're 4 level 11s. So you might be like, 2 Storm Giants is a deadly encounter, I'm pretty sure. It wasn't actually deadly. Like, it could have been deadly. And I did weigh up in my mind, it was like, does it make sense for it to be deadly here? And I was like, no, you know what? Even if it might make sense from a monster perspective, I was like, I don't think that would be fair from a D&D perspective, you know? You gotta be fair about things as well, you know, not, while I am trying to punish them for if they do like a big mistake, they didn't really do a big mistake yet, so I was like, it doesn't make sense. But I was genuinely trying within my own parameters, you know. I was even very clear to them afterwards. I was like, I'm pretty sure I could have won that fight if I had killed one of the player characters right then. But then I'd be like, that would have been way too unfair, I think. I'm pretty out of left, well, not that out of left field, so. But yeah, Storm Giants are pretty strong. They do a ton of damage. Anyway, that's also, to be fair, they rolled one of the deadliest encounters on the roll table, so. What can I say? Are there more deadly encounters? Yes, technically, but will they roll it? Who knows? Yes. Anyway, that's not the point. What is the point? I don't know. It's just really fun thinking of these like magical items and feats and things like the ones I've done are like so insanely transformative. It's basically like adding a whole nother subclass feature. Is it balanced? No, probably not, but you know. Very few of my players are like super min maxes, so it doesn't matter too much, you know. So that's the thing that's fun, which is like, yeah, I can make it fun without and hopefully it won't have to be anything all that crazy, you know. Oh, what is this? Oh, I see. One of my players has just messaged that they will be late. That is a problem because this player is the focus of the first thing which is happening next. Right. Well, that's okay. I will respond to that in a bit. That's fine. I mean, what difference does it make if I respond now or in 9 more minutes anyway? How are gacha games going? I've got some pretty good Umumusme runs in. I got an amazing Saiyan Sky run in, which she didn't hit medium S, which was really sad, but she hit max speed and she hit double circle right-handed spring runner and firm course menace. So she basically effectively did hit medium S. So imagine if I hit medium S and that. She would be like a 1500 speed Saiyan Sky. That would have been insane. But she's also got 1100 power, 1200 wit, 850 stamina, so more than enough. 584 guts, so could be a bit more guts to be fair, but she's got absolutely insane mid-game escape artist, killer tunes, front runner, double corner, leader's pride, tailhead high, playtime's over, Operation Cacao. Just should be really good. She should be pretty good. Like it's going to be hard for me to beat that, and I say also can get a right-handed spring runner, firm course menace, again another one with medium S. And the same stat line, but I'm just like, I think this is good enough, you know. I did a Valentine Bourbon run, and I was like, this is also pretty good. I compared it against my Saiyans guy, she still loses. Like, she loses by like, mostly by like 3 lengths, which is kind of crazy because this is a pretty good Mahona Bourbon. Like, it could be better, you know. She's got almost max speed, 950 power, 1200 wits, more than enough stamina. The only thing she's missing, she doesn't have dodging danger, which to be fair, neither does Saiyan Sky, but she's got prudent positioning. That makes no sense to any of you, but but this Mahana Bourbon, she's got super lucky 7, so she's in number 7. Bada bing, bada boom. It's basically exactly the same as Firm Course Menace, so I will be making another Mahana Bourbon at some point. But it was a smart learner. Fast learner, Mahana Bourbon, which just makes it quite annoying, and it's got medium S, so it's good enough for now. So now I moved on to making a Christmas Ogre. Parent. Anyway, sorry. This is all stuff which none of you care that much about. What else to talk about? I'm not really sure. It's going to be interesting to see what happens in this session then. Mind you. And now I've got to think, like, what am I going to do if a player who is the focus of a session is not going to be there for the start of the session? Sounds like it's something serious, though. So I definitely respect that. But it's also like, how do I make this fair for everyone else? Like, do I delay by an hour? Or do I rearrange? I'm not sure. You got to make these calls. I'm thinking we probably just delay by an hour, because of course I got a holiday coming up, and then I was thinking like I want to make sure I have plenty of room, so I'm not just like doing things right up to the start of my holiday. So I'm basically cancelling a lot of my D&D sessions. So if you have a group who only has 1 more session before the holiday, which is, to be fair, could have had 2 more sessions in between, but I was like, no, be fair to yourself. Don't burn yourself out on D&D. Have a nice break, you know. Obviously, some for the holiday, and then some for yourself. Because I'm like, I really don't want to burn myself out on D&D. It really is too much. And then, because it's always easier to be like, oh, you know, turns out I really wanted to play again, you know, should we bring it back and everything? Who knows? Yeah, did I actually cancel the ones after properly? I did as well. So, yeah, that means like six or so sessions I cancelled. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it's quite a lot. I'm not on holiday for that long, mind you. I think I'm on holiday for like 3 of these, probably. But it's interesting to see. Yeah, I don't know. It's fun coming up with broken items and stuff. You know, it's sort of like Itch is a very teenage sort of game balance part of my brain where I'm just like, oh yeah, now I can just kind of chuck everything at the wall and we'll see what sticks, you know? Does it need to be balanced? No, because I'm not balancing on a wider scale of things. I only need it to be balanced for my campaign. And even then, it doesn't need to be that balanced for my campaign. Because I can just sort of caveat things and be like, if it's too strong, I will just... if it's too strong, I'll just be like, sorry, this has to be nerfed. I haven't had to nerf anything yet, thankfully. I don't think anything's been too strong. If anything, I'm just like, maybe I should buff them more. But I don't know. What happens if one of my players becomes a super min-maxer, you know? Super efficient and actually super takes advantage of all the different things. Oh my gosh. Okay, I see what. So I'm just like, there's a lot of messages going on. Right. I think on that note, I'm going to round this episode up here because I need to respond to some messages now. I don't even know what I spoke about. I guess like overpowered items or something. I should really talk more about them at some point. I don't know. That'll be in the whole D&D talkback, which will happen at some point. So, for now, if you have been watching, thank you very much. It's been Animal Crossing New Horizons. I've been Dear Darling. Likes, comments, subscription, shares, greatly appreciated. Socials, Discord down below. Hope to see each other again. But for now, it's our farewell. So until next time, bye-bye for now.